What's up, guys? I'm James Randall. As you can tell by my obnoxiously long logo intro that I had to do because I'm on YouTube. All right, this is my trip to Tennessee. Went on vacation. I hate flying. If you can look at this without hating flying, then more power to you. But I took this solo trip basically just to, try to get over my fear of flying, which I did with booze. Pretty cool shot here. The clouds are pretty fluffy. So I started in Memphis. This is downtown in Memphis. Jerry Lawler, the WWE wrestler, actually has a restaurant there. Gibson makes guitars because Tennessee's all about music. And I even found bacon incense, which is disgusting. Obligatory barbecue pick. And we take you into the Museum of Trolleys, which is like right down the street from the Martin Luther King Museum. So I ducked in because I'm a museum nerd. And here's some really, really old stuff. And toy trains, because I guess every museum has to have some kind of toy train set describing what the museum is. This is old tech too, that they've integrated with new stuff. This is my demo for PBS. See, like, I can shoot Thomas the Train episodes too. And this is where I learned that I should use polarized lenses when shooting through glass cases. You wouldn't see all that light. Are you ready for this? Moments in the Life of a Hobo is an actual display where they dedicate all kinds of informational plaques to hobo life. This is a real thing that I saw, as you can see, because I filmed it. This bridge is apparently a big deal. When I was in Tennessee, they were having some massive fires and stuff that were, I think the trolleys were down and all that stuff. Like trains were running because of the fires. So I got a little backstage look, I guess you'd say. You guys got to see this. Yeah. Look at this. This is from, when was this from?
From
early 1900s?
1914.
1914.
And all these wagons will be moving back and forth under here 24 hours a day.
Wow. This is amazing.
Railway Express, which is like UPS of the day, was down at that end.
Just needs a tune-up. This is amazing. Look at this. And we're underneath the railroad lines right now?
Yeah, there were 10 tracks overhead.
More old stuff with new stuff, because apparently trolley and railroad companies, they're like our government. They'll just keep reusing stuff and paying like $1,000 for a 20-inch monitor. Okay, so this is an interesting little piece. Somebody's job in America used to be to hold that thing, which had a message attached to it, right? And they would grab it, like somebody else's job is to grab it. So you can pass information onto the trains. Something, huh? So this is the Mlk Museum, which is actually on site where he was assassinated. And it's huge, by the way. This is a onyx, I think it was onyx, yeah, an onyx carving they did that represents the struggle upwards towards freedom. They have a replica of the buses and stuff. There's like a ton of information here, it's unreal. That's actually the room he was standing in or staying in, and that's the balcony where he was shot. So after that, I ended up renting a car and I drove to Nashville from Memphis so that I could check out a Tennessee Titans game because I had tickets to Titans Broncos. On the way, I took some back roads and stopped at a few other places. This is one of the Pearl museums, quote unquote. And outside of this place, they actually have like a oyster farm, and you know, they sit there and pull pearls out and I guess make stuff with it. They didn't sell beer, by the way. It's cool all these places have all these like historical things, and like I guess famous people get bored because they drop through and see all these places. They autograph stuff everywhere. So yeah, pearl necklace oyster stout. Don't you want to pour one of those out? Here's more fancy jewelry crap. Oh man, I forgot about this place. This place makes white barbecue sauce, and it's pretty delicious. I actually stopped there on the way to the game. I had a recommendation from this nice person I met in Tennessee. So this is the Titans Broncos game from Nissan Stadium, and it's like being in a college football game. Like, people are jam-packed in there, and it's so fucking loud, and they sell moonshine, so everybody's really drunk. Like, I spent halftime with this dude who's a Giants fan. All we did was talk shit about the Cowboy-Giant game that was happening that night, which I ended up watching out here. This is downtown in Nashville, where everybody's, of course, selling moonshine. I mean, you can pretty much drink moonshine the whole time you're there. And people go out and actually enjoy live music. They drink moonshine, and most of the clubs that had live music were actually very busy, which is nice to see. It's a contrast to what we have here in Dallas, where it's real hit or miss. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of Austin.
I got 20 for you.
See?
Let it rain.
Moonshine. Moonshine. I'm telling you, just moonshine all through here. Moonshine this. Again, moonshine. Nah, those are kind of fun. This is the obligatory honky-tonk shot because, of course, there's a lot of country that happens in Nashville. No one is surprised by that in the slightest.
Hey, I'm going home for Christmas. Everybody out here finna give me $1 donation for these flyers. Getting home Chicago for Christmas. Southside, baby.
Southside. Chicago decided to represent. At this point, I'm looking for any place showing the Cowboy-Giants game. I always thought it'd be a cool idea to have a bar that you can park your car in You know what I mean? It did rain while I was down here, but lucky for me, it did not snow. I was not interested in snow. It is cold there, I will tell you that. I think this night was about 39 degrees. So, of course, the barbecue signs are pulling me in. I want to know, is the barbecue as good as what I've had in Kansas or what I've had in Iowa or Missouri or here in Texas? Or, you know, like, you wonder about that. And they're all different. All kinds of barbecues are different. I mean, Kansas barbecue is more about the sauces, it would seem. And some are smokier. Trying not to go into the guitar stores every 5 feet. I like that they call it Smashville. I can get behind that sentiment. The circus was in town.
The circus, it sucked.
Did it? The circus was terrible.
Not terrible. We saw, what, 4 animal acts? Puppies and camels and some tigers. It was much more circus-like.
We'll go across the street.
You guys have fun?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
It was awesome, but not.
And of course, somebody covering a Prince song. I'm kind of remembering now, like, I talk to a lot of random people when I travel. Like, right on the streets, just random people. Oh, a Johnny Cash cover. Also, this was to demonstrate to Charles and my film crew how to zoom in and still maintain focus properly. In case he didn't think it could be done. Sorry, Charles. So that's my bartender for the night that I ended up hanging out with because she was the only cowboy fan I found in Tennessee. Ubered over to Sun Studios. This is where a lot of major records were made, as you can see. Especially blues records. You know, the musician in me had to see it, so. Their walls are lined with all this kinds of memorabilia. Everything's in protective cases. And in fact, past a certain point, you're actually not allowed to film. So I don't get to, like, do the tour or anything because they wouldn't let me film it, basically. And yeah, they're jamming the old school record players. So this is the crazy part of the trip. We had an hour to kill before my flight back home, so Kenny, my boy, tells me that we have to go check out the Bass Pro Shop. And I'm like, why would I want to go see a Bass Pro Shop? He said it's gigantic and amazing, so you know what? It actually is. It's a gigantic pyramid in Nashville with fully stocked lakes and like bars and shops, and it's like the weirdest redneck mall you could imagine, I guess you would say. And it's got a elevator that goes all the way to the top, glass elevator. So of course we rode up there, where you can go step out on the balcony that they have a glass deck on too. So yeah, live gators in the water there, fish, all kinds of stuff. The aquariums they had were pretty amazing. This is all while you're just walking around shopping too. Like there's all of a sudden clothes rack. It's like outdoors Target. course, people taking selfies with the bear. Here we are, me and Kenny heading straight to the top. If you're afraid of heights, you probably wouldn't be a big fan of this part. So to our surprise, at the top is actually a bar with steampunk fish hanging from the ceiling and a giant aquarium in the center. And then you can walk out onto the deck and see all of Memphis. It's a glass deck too, so you can see all the way down the side of the pyramid as if you were falling down. Which, as you can see, had me slightly nervous, despite my many electrical jobs. Ultimately, Kenny hooked me up, grabbed my camera, and walked out there with it and sat it down and wouldn't bring it back. So I was kind of stuck walking out onto the glass. So here's from a better viewpoint. So owe you for one, Kenny. There's all that stuff. You can also check out Real Unicorn Productions on YouTube.